Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This will be the last catch-up page. We are going to do Surah Israa, verse 17 through verse 27. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. من كان يريد العاجلة عجلنا له فيها ما نشاء لمن نريد ثم جعلنا له جهنم يصلاها مذموما مدحورا ومن أراد الآخرة وسعى لها سعيها وهو مؤمن فأولئك كان سعيهم مشكورا كلا نمد هؤلاء وهؤلاء من عطاء ربك وما كان عطاء ربك مهذورا انظر كيف فضلنا بعضهم على بعض وللآخرة أكبر درجات وأكبر تفضيلا لا تجعل مع الله إلها آخر فتقعد مذموما مخذولا وقضى ربك ألا تعبدوا إلا إياه وبالوالدين إحسانا إما يبلغن عندك الكبر أحدهما أو كلاهما فلا تقل لهما أف ولا تنحرهما وقل لهما قولا كريما واخفض لهما جناح الذل من الرحمة وقل ربي أرحمهما start again on that line. واخفض لهما جناح الذل من الرحمة وقل ربي أرحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا ربكم أعلم بما في نفوسكم إن تكونوا صالحين فإنه كان للأوابين غفورا وأتي ذا القرب حقه والمسكين وابن السبيل ولا تبذر تبذيرا إن المبذرين كانوا إخوان الشياطين وكان الشيطان لربه كفورا. Now you've read your own translation. And now, additions. Not additions because the Quran is perfect. However, observations from your grandmother here in Florida, inshallah, here in Florida. Inshallah, Allah's not going to destroy us. But sometimes when you read these words, especially the previous page, how did I end up in Florida? I'll tell you when I finish this, what I'm supposed to be doing regarding the words of Allah. And if there's time, you may wonder why I'm still in Florida. Allah says, those who want to rush, ajila, Allah will give you what you want. And then He will put you in the hellfire. And you will be roasted therein. And you will be humiliated and rejected. Those who want the afterlife and do what they should be doing in order to get it, and they are believers, they will have, well, they have to be believers and they have to go for it. And then what they went for, sa'yahum mashkura, will be appreciated by Allah because He's watching your sa'i. Seen, ayn, yeah. He's seeing what you're about, what you're up to. Everybody will have their path open for them, those and those, from ata'a rabbik, from what Allah gives you, ata. And Allah says that this ata that He's giving you will not be withheld. Now, observe what Allah has given some over others. But always recall that the afterlife is better in levels and better in tafdila, afdal. Afdal just means better and better. Now, when Allah says, La taj'al, do not give ma'allah, with Allah, ilahan akhar. فَتَقْعُدَ مَذْمُومًا مَخْذُورًا. If you say God, and you know you're a Muslim, and you're supposed to be saying Allah, you are taj'al ma'allahi ilahan akhar. You are making another Allah, and therefore you're going to be condemned. So for this, you'll be abandoned. Now, I keep harping on this. It's an old-fashioned word, isn't it? Harping on it. It means you're going over and over and over and over. How many thousands of times have I told you to say Allah? It's His name after all. He named Himself Allah. You have no right to say God because you're a Muslim now. And you know that nothing compares to Him. And He's told you, not only does He not have a likeness, but He's told you and warned you to not make other ilahs with Him. So don't you dare tell me that God is Allah. Obviously, you don't know language very well. Letters have meanings and ideologies have meanings. So how many people use the word God for their, let's say, higher up? There are so many usages by so many different beliefs for the word God. It's just a hodgepodge. Well, there's another old-fashioned word, a panoply of nonsense. Could that be why the Masonic symbol has the big G in the T-square there? Of course it is. Please. Do people just throw letters around willy-nilly without meaning? Not in my world, they don't. So, I'm not claiming to know much about Masons, but I know enough to know it's not Islam. And it never will be. And that's why they're so obsessed with the letter G. Now, another note about the letter G. The letter G in English has two pronunciations, but actually it really doesn't, because if you know English well, as I do, we have the J sound, okay? The J, the letter J, don't be a jerk. Do you like jelly or jam? That is a J. We also have the letter G, G. But you see, they're doing tricks. That's what they always do, tricks. Arabic doesn't do tricks. No. Arabic is pure. But when you want to say the letter G, why don't you pronounce it G? Well, you do sometimes, right? If you say, oh, you're gorgeous, that's the letter G. I will have a gram of flour. That's the letter G. It's pronounced G. Sometimes. You see, the more you know English, am I an expert? Yes, I claim to an expert. I am. I'm an expert. But once you know Arabic, everything else fades in comparison. But I know enough to know that that G sound came from non-Muslims. So now they're tricking you again, and they're spelling Egypt, Egypt, and they're saying J. Well, who's saying that? Not Allah. Oh, but wait, we have an English word that says you've been gypped. Oh, and that letter is spelled with a J, or with a G. You see what I mean? When you're writing this in English, you've been gypped. It means you've been cheated. They write it Gipped. Yes, we use this word in English. You've been ripped off. You've been gypped. Then why isn't it written with a J? Because Allah is giving you signs from Him. So now, let's back up a little bit. I know this is probably confusing you because I understand it 100% in my mind. I'm going to go over this again. Why is Egypt written Egypt in English? Because some evildoers advised some government somewhere that it should be written that way. But I take offense to that because I love Egypt, but I love Masr. Or is it Misr? You see, even then, Allah says, Masr min al-Amsar, and it means a fortress city. It's like a military outpost or base or something. I'm not so 100% informed about military issues because I like to stay in my lane. But Allah gave me a lane in spite of myself. I could have married a professor. Never mind. I'm ana sa'ima. I'm fasting. I could have married a sheikh. But anyway, I digress, but I know you love my digressions. Some people call them rants. Rants is not a good word. Rant in English means you're losing it. You're going over the top now. You have to calm down. That's what a rant means. But I feel that my additional information helps you. Because, my audience, I believe, are mainly English speakers and reverts, converts, and some special Egyptians who like to know what's up in my brain. I don't care. Anyone can listen, anyone who wants, anyone can write comments, because these are the words of Allah. I don't own these. I only give the message. Yes. So let's go on and try to interpret through the Arabic. Because Allah already said, don't call on anyone else. And that's what got me off on my, that was a rant, because I get upset when people don't want to say His name. It bothers me so much. Okay. Allah has ordered that you do not worship anyone else other than Him, but that you're good to your parents. And when any one of them or both of them reach old age in your presence, don't you dare ever say, oof. Don't show them short-temperedness. Don't be selfish with them. When they want something, you just go and do it. Because when people get older, they get rather childish. I always say when you're older, not me yet, or is it me yet? You be the judge. You get like a little toddler. It's almost like you have a temper tantrum. It's like, I want it now. No, you have to do it. No, but it's better. No. And that's how you get as you get older. I see it in myself. So that's why Allah is warning children, do not blow off your parents, okay? Don't ignore them. Do not belittle them. Do not even tell them, oof, to wait, like I'm coming. Again, didn't I already show you how to do an email? That kind of stuff. Don't do that, because their capacity is lessened. Allah tells us as we age, our capacity gets lessened. And we return back. I've said this before, and I have time. I'm going to say it again. As you get older, you return to a toddler stage, maybe even a baby stage, depending who you are. You will lose your hearing, you will lose your teeth, your eyesight will decrease, you will be weakened, and then you might even drool when you eat, and then you might even have to wear adult diapers. You become incontinent. You wobble when you walk, you lose your balance. You know, this is no joke. This is reality. And that's why I am digressing on this page, because when Allah tells you to be good to your parents and lower to them, اخفض لهما جناح الذل, be humble with them of mercy, because they raised you up when you were small. Allah knows very well what is inside yourselves. And if you are of the Salihin, He will forgive you. If you are of the Salihin and the Awabin, that you're constantly thinking about Him and returning back to Him, He will be forgiving you. And then, give the relatives, أَعْتِ ذَا الْقُرْبَ حَقَّهُ. Give the relatives their rights. Give the miskin, the poor people, their rights. وَإِبْنَ السَّبِيلِ, give the traveler, the wayfarer, their rights. وَلَا تُبَذِّرُوا تَبْذِيرًا, and do not be a spendthrift. Stay on the middle path. And then this last verse really hits me hard, because when I see people waste food, I really, it's almost like your fingernails on a blackboard, like you're going to pinch me. I get so upset. Because why? Because of this last verse. I'll read it again in Arabic. إِنَّ الْمُبَذِّرِينَ كَانُوا إِخْوَانَ الشَّيَاطِينَ وَكَانَ الشَّيْطَانُ لِرَبِّهِ كَفُورًا. Wasters, spendthrifts, are brethren of Satan. And Satan, to his Lord, is a disbeliever. He's disbelieving. Active participle, kafura. He's an ongoing, in a state of kufr. You know, that there's this big issue. I don't have time right now, but, kafara, kafir, kafirun, kafirin, kafura, takfira. It comes from kafara. Baseline meaning, to not believe. Now, the Pope in the Vatican made a decree about disbelief, and he said, you can be in a state of disbelief, but it doesn't have to be ongoing. You don't have to be called a kafir. You don't have to be in a state of disbelief forever. And this is a big subject, because so much misunderstanding originates in the Vatican, because so much of it has been transposed to the English-speaking world and Europe. And there's so much that he mentioned that has crept in illegitimately. Shall I go there right now? Yes, I could be dead tonight. This thing about hitting your wife with like a pencil or a finger, no. Prophet Muhammad would not do that. Prophet Muhammad did not do that. It came from the Vatican. Yes. How do I know? Because I read about it. Because I'm an ex-Catholic. So I'm going to tell you things that might surprise you, amaze you, bother you, trouble you. That's what I'm here for. All within the context of the words of the Almighty Allah in the Arabic language, which is pure and unadulterated and superior. So please, pick up your Quran now. Do yourself a favor. Inshallah.